Let's get the show on the road here. A-doo-doo. Hey, there we are. We're live. What's up, everybody? All right. Markets are open, and we are going to be going over the trade plan for 2024. Let's go over to our account here. Account history. Okay. So here are the results from the past 4 days. If you're trying to build a small account, you're in the right spot. I have redesigned the trade plan. If you have the trade plan, it will automatically update on your end. It's on a Canva document. So when I update the Canva document, it will update on your end as well. Again, this is the past 4 days. We made $947 in 4 days on a small account. You can see here are the numbers. When your simulator looks like this, then you can transition into a live account. And I'm going to take you through that process. So if you sign up for TrendCloud, the way that I have designed the program, because a lot of people, hey, what's going on? What's going on, my friend? Paraduster? What is that? Parsa Distar. I love that name. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Well, I'm going over the results from the past 4 days, and I've redesigned the TrendCloud process for you guys. What I've done is instead of going after this thing all at once. Yesterday we had some people. Hey, Hitch, how's it going? Yes, a prosperous new year to everybody, indeed. Um, it's a lot to look at first, right? It's like, okay, TrendCloud color coordinates your charts, and we look at trend and momentum, cycles, we look at multiple time frames, we look at support and resistance, and supply and demand. Those 6 elements, right? Those are the 6 elements that are programmed into this thing here that we call TrendCloud Day Trading System. Okay, so when you look at this, I tried to teach it sort of all at once, and it's very overwhelming. Anything that you learn that's on multiple time frames, it's a lot to look at. It's a lot to look at. Good to meet you too, my friend. Good to meet you too. You'll have a good time in here. A lot of us hanging out in here, asking great questions, and making money. Okay, either inside of the simulator, which is what we do here. I want to be fully transparent. What we're doing here is taking people through the process from simulator into live account, and I think that's the best way to approach this. So there's 3 stages now. If you if you join the TrendCloud membership, what I've done is I've broken it down into 3 sections. Okay, it used to just be one price, and here it is, and let me help you through it. I've broken it down into 3 sections. The first is the beginner stage, okay, which makes sense. If you just purchase the TrendCloud indicator itself, right? You get used to reading the signals like this here. See this signal here and these signals, okay? You get used to how to read these signals, how to place a target, where to place your stop, okay? I think that is the best way to start. Just focusing on this, and we do that on one time frame, and we just study the one time frame and the signals, okay? That's it. All right. Not even the scanner. None of that comes with it, right? I know if Simon is here, he just joined yesterday, and he's going through the beginner course now. And so what we do is we look at using the TrendCloud indicator itself in the beginning stages on just how to read the signals on a stock list, okay? So you can go over to like Google or Amazon or Apple or whatever, and you can start reading this on stock charts, because we like to accumulate stocks that we want to invest in. So we don't short these stocks. You're not going to short Apple or Google, okay? Here, we're on Google now. And what you do is you put TrendCloud on your 1 hour chart, okay? And you accumulate at the crossover points, okay? And you can even, if you double click onto this and you go over to style, okay, it will highlight those crossover points for you. I mean, by all means, you can short them as well, but we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to short Google, for crying out loud, right? We want to accumulate, right? So if you accumulate at these points, here we're going sideways, right? And look what it formed. It formed this right here, right? It formed basically a little consolidation pattern. When you see 1, 1, see those little numbers? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, breakout, 3, 4, 5, and then the pullback. You want to use TrendCloud on one time frame first and get used to the signals. That's the first stage, okay? The second stage is to purchase the intermediate class, okay? And that is the entire TrendCloud system itself. All right, the entire system itself. The cycle indicator, momentum filter, CCI, these are modified indicators, okay? And I have those programs, I have those values for you in the course. And what you do is now you're going to learn how to use the entire system together. All right. And that's a really nice progression. Then after that, you can go with the master class. Now you have the full course. You know how to read TrendCloud across multiple time frames. And we take you from the simulator into a live account. So I'm with you every step of the way, all on TradingView, okay? I can't do TradingView and NinjaTrader. I have a NinjaTrader account because you just pay once for the platform and then you have it. And I think that's a great deal. But just to keep everything simple, we're going to do this from the simulator into a live trading account, all within 90 days. Okay, all within 90 days. And you're going to be so much happier because you're not going to feel overwhelmed. I had to come up with a system where my clients were not getting overwhelmed with all this information. And you can easily go down a rabbit hole with this stuff. Oh, sorry, guys. I was really thirsty. Reload TrendCloud, or it will be automatic. Nope. It will automatically. It will be automatic. What do you? Oh. If I repro, yeah, I didn't do anything on TrendCloud. I changed the parameters, Hitch, on the scanner. Okay, so on the scanning system. And I also updated in the. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Inside of the scanner, Hitch, if you double click onto here, you will see the inputs. I did update the inputs for you guys. I did update the contracts for you guys. So yeah, yes, you will have to X out and then put it back on the chart. Okay, and then Hitch, what I want you to do is I want you to put, this is in the trade plan now. I want you to put 15 for the trend and 1 hour for the momentum. What that's going to do is that's going to put everything on the chart here for us that should be giving us signals that match up between the two time frames, the 15-minute chart and the 1 hour chart. Okay, so here we have downtrend. Here's the ES, right? Oh, I'm sorry. This is we're still on alphabet here. Let's go back over to the green list. Let's go over to gold because gold has opened up. Is gold on here? It is not. Okay, so gold's not on here, but let's go there anyway and just see. Okay, see how gold is not on the scanner? Up there it is. Okay, there it is. It is on there. Downtrend, right? Downtrend on the 15. And we just got the crossover on the 1 hour, right? Right here, we are about to cross to the downside, okay? We've got it on the high time frame. We've got the momentum on the high time frame, and the scanner is picking up on that, all right? So what we really want to see is this right here, cross below negative 100, and then we will be good to go for any type of pullback into those supply zones, right? For the push down. We've got it on the high time frame. We've got it on the high time frame. So the momentum filter is giving you a lot of pressure to the downside here, right? So gold is looking good for the short. Now, what I said before about not shorting stocks that we want to purchase, we don't, right? We don't do that. Stocks are for our long-term generational wealth. That's what we use these stocks for. We use the 1 hour chart to accumulate stocks. We never short them. Trading, okay, day trading, futures and Forex, day trading futures and Forex, that's for short-term rapid growth. And that is what we do in the live room, okay? We do a lot of short-term rapid growth strategies in this live room. It's very exciting. I know you guys are going to love it. And it's the best way to utilize TrendCloud on these instruments, right? So we always start with the micro gold, and we're trading the micros, guys. Okay, I don't want you guys trading full contracts unless you have like a $60,000 account or something like that. Okay, so micro gold. These are the best instruments. If you want to build a small account, this is it. Okay, so when you look at your scanner, you can see market sentiment is to the downside. Okay, it's that makes sense, right? I mean, it's January 2nd here, right? The market opened for the first time, and this is what we are seeing. So now gold is in this column here. We don't quite have that 1 hour momentum with us on the CCI yet, do we? But let's put the opening range tool on here, and let's look at that 15-minute opening range. We are getting a TrendCloud signal, okay? But again, we can't take a TrendCloud signal unless that 1 hour momentum is with us, okay? It's not the perfect scenario just yet, right? Even if you drop down to that 5-minute, let's see, what's this right here? 6:30 in the morning, we get a signal. It does line up with the 4 hour momentum, but not the 1 hour. And this is a momentum move, right? So it really wasn't there for us. It did end up working out, right? That will happen sometimes. Sometimes you'll get a signal and it doesn't quite match up, but it's strong enough to make the move, and it's still making the move. So you've got to respect that. You got to respect the rules on that, because the day that it doesn't work, right, is the day that you get really pissed off and you're like, why didn't I just follow the rules? So hang in there, guys, because it's working. Okay, it's working. Here's the proof right here. All right, so our job here is to take you from the simulator into a live trading account and grow that small account that you have. So in this live room and in the training, what we're going to do is we're always going to assume a $20,000 account. If you have a $2,000 account or a $3,000 account, you just work it the same way. Okay, nothing over 1% of your total current account value. All right, so we're just going to assume a $200 risk here in the room, because we're working a $20,000 account, and we're going to work those micros. Okay, so micro gold opens up at 8:20 in the morning, and what do we have here? We've got the 15-minute opening range, and all of these indicators come with your TrendCloud system. Okay, and if you go to my profile here, and you just go to over here, you go to my profile, you'll see right here, chrisgiuliano.com. Just go to that, and you'll see the video trade plan will pop up. Okay, right here. This is me, I guess, climbing a mountain. And this here is TradingView, TrendCloud. Click onto TrendCloud, my best stuff, and you'll see the progression. Okay, beginner, intermediate, advanced. If you get the advanced class, okay, if you get this all at once, it's a lot cheaper. Okay, if we slide down here, you'll see right here, it's cheaper to get everything all at once. If you go through the progression, which there's nothing wrong with that, it's about $500 more. It ends up being. So if you get everything all at once, I take you through it step by step, the exact same way, and you can save some money there. Okay. All right. Enough about that. Let's get into it. But I feel that is a much better way to teach you guys, to take you from the simulator into a live trading account and build everything up just like this. Okay? So it works. Just stick with the plan. All right. So what's going on here? Well, looks like it is trying to break out to the downside, right? And we love using the opening range breakout because it happens every single day, right? It happens every single day. Let's go over to our ADR checkpoints. Let's put our ADR checkpoints on here and see where we're at. Okay. Yeah. So right down here, these are used as targets, okay, guys? So a lot of people say like, oh, well, when we get into the trade, where should we take our targets? In the digital trading journal that you'll get, you will see it's around 70 to 75% of the time when everything lines up on TrendCloud. About 70 to 75% of the time, you'll see, so 7 out of 10 basically, you will see 2 to 1 hit every single time. All right. You will see that 2 to 1 ratio hit. So anytime you get into a trade, the first target is always 2 to 1. The first target is always 2 to 1. Okay. Then after that, we start looking for, you can go to the higher time frame and you can start setting your targets like this, okay, at the end of the swing on the body of those candles. And look at this. Here's that ADR level, that average daily range. Okay, so this is the average daily range of this instrument right on your chart. Okay, let's go out to the 15-minute. And there you go. Okay, and the average daily range is lining up with the previous day's low right here. See that? So you've got these, you'll have these levels that kind of consolidate together. And it's really beautiful. This is called ratio confluence. So you can actually see ratio confluence on your chart when you have the TrendCloud system up there. Here's the second ADR level. And what this means is, you see this 42%, 23%. If price hits this ADR level, it has a 42% chance to get to this level. If it hits this level, it's got a 23% chance to get to this level. Okay, so you see, the further it goes, the less of a chance it has to go to the next one. So if it gets to this, 175% of its ADR, it's only got a 6% chance to get to this level. So it really, they are great targets. They're great targets. And when you see them lined up with those previous day and previous week low, it's the previous open, high, low, and close. Previous day, previous week, previous month. It's all on your chart just by clicking one button, okay, right here. Just by clicking that opening range tool, it puts everything on your chart. And targets are so important, guys. Using targets are so important because we like to scale out of the trade, okay, so that we can make our money and don't give anything back. All right, you'll never know how far this thing is going to go. Okay, there are no absolutes, and so you've got to take targets. That's how you grow a small account. Yes, you have to let your winners run, but you've got to do it in a systematic way. Okay, so you take targets and scale out of the trade until you're down to one contract left. Then you can let your winner run as far as it's going to go. Fine, but you've got to scale out of that trade, and you've got to get risk-free as quickly as possible. There's no way that you can protect yourself 100%, right? There's no way to do that, but you can become risk-free when you get into a trade and you start breaking some structure, right? So why not do it that way? Okay, because remember, this is for short-term rapid growth, guys. Short-term rapid growth, all right? So you have to adjust your trading style accordingly. If we're accumulating stocks, hey, no problem. Okay, so that's gold breaking out to the downside. The trend is up on the 4-hour chart, right? But this thing is wanting to break out to the downside. We don't quite have momentum on that CCI yet, so we're going to have to leave gold alone until we start seeing some breaks of structure to the upside, all right? Or if we break below here, okay? Once we break below CCI, we can start taking these short signals on gold. All right, how about silver? What is going on? What's going on with silver? Here's micro silver. Wow, micro silver volume is really low. Okay. Volume is really low. And it's the same deal. It's the same deal. Okay, so for everybody that's new, and don't get intimidated by this, we're going to take you through it step by step in the beginner course, okay? we've got this. It's not really a full downtrend, is it? Not really a full downtrend, and I don't see it. That's why it's not on our scanner. Okay, that's why it's not on our scanner. We've got we've got a downtrend on the 1 hour chart here, but it's like a pseudo downtrend, right? It's really, the candles are green, but it's below the trend cloud. It's not, it's a mixed signal, right, guys? So we don't even look at it. Same thing here. Got a downtrend, but the trend cloud is still not fully red, and momentum is not below the negative 100 line. We've got positive momentum, but yet the candles are below the trend cloud. It's a mess, right? It's a mess. So we don't even look at it. What is going on with platinum here? Am I on the wrong contract? Platinum. PL. Where are you, platinum? Platinum. PLH. Are we on H yet? We should be, right? No data. What's going on with platinum? That's bizarre. Okay. Whatever, platinum. Let's go over to copper. All right, copper. That is on here. Okay. See how copper is on our scanner, and we've got momentum on our side, and it's pulling back. Okay, so it is pulling back, guys. So we're pulling back into that 15-minute opening range here. And where is the demand zone? Okay, let's recalculate this chart here. Let's turn this off. Let's turn off our checkpoints here. Okay, recalculate. Let's get an accurate reading on here. It's heading back towards the trend cloud, right? And that's what this thing likes to do. Pulls into the trend cloud and then goes down. We might have a move on copper here. Okay, here's the trend cloud from here to here. Pulling back possibly to that previous day's low. Right in here. Okay, there's your $125. Copper is expensive, right? Remember that copper is expensive. If we pull back into this area, we might be able to catch the move on copper, and that would be right at that previous day's low. Now let's put those ADR checkpoints on here. No, I don't see any there. Let's see. Okay. All right, and it is starting to take off, it looks like. So unfortunately, because copper is so expensive, we can't really just put a signal down here, to go short. Look, if it doesn't pull back into our zone, remember, this is the number that you have to be most concerned about. Okay, if I did something like this and said, "Oh, let's take the entire thing here from here, all the way up," that's a $400 risk. You're going to wipe out a lot of profit. So sometimes we see a trade set up, right, and it doesn't pull back far enough to get into our zone. So a lot of times we can take this opening range here, but it's going to be too expensive for us. Okay, and if you look at structure, right here, okay, is the top of the swing, and that's where our stop loss has to be, right? It's got to be at least above that swing high there. So copper looks like it's taken off without us. Let's see. Okay, and this here on the 15-minute chart, this is really just a rally and a drop, right? Let's drop down to the 5-minute. See if we can get a better fix on the 5-minute chart here. Let's see. Recalculate. Okay, on the 5-minute chart, we can see a drop-based drop, right? We can see a drop-based drop right in here. Does everyone see that? Let me blow this up nice and big. We learned this in the beginner course, okay? This is a level of imbalance, also known as a supply zone. Drop, basing candle, and this is actually also a basing candle, okay? So do you see how this looks like a drop, base, drop, but it's actually a drop, base, base. This is the drop, so look what happened here. Boom. It came up, hit the bottom part, okay? Just touch the bottom part of that drop, base, drop, and it's starting to take off. Okay, so we might have missed that. And that happens, guys. That happens. So, you know, you might have gotten in on this. You guys might have gotten in on this if you like trading the metals and you're always watching it. Okay. I'm talking and teaching and showing TrendCloud, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get a move on anything. So if you guys see something happening in the room, shout out at me, let me know, and I will jump over to that. Barclay downgrades Apple to underweight from equal weight, trims price target to 160 from 161. What does that mean, Hitch? It means Apple's going on sale, right? I would love to see the TrendCloud chart. So that's the news from today. And let's go over to Apple real quick. Let's go over to our stock. Let's go over to Apple. And woo, look at that. Looky there. Look at that. Look at that gap down. My goodness. My goodness. So that news came out. Hitch just gave us some news on Apple. And look at that. Look at that gap down. This is all from news, guys. Right? This is all news. Okay. And we just got it. It actually produced a TrendCloud signal to the downside, but we have to look at that on the 1-hour chart, right? Always look at stocks with TrendCloud on the 1-hour chart. Now, Hitch, take a look at this. Apple, we knew that Apple was on sale right here, right? Right there. Because let's put you can put your little background color. Just go to style and background color. Okay. There you go. We knew that was on sale back on the 21st. And news came out, and what did it do? It created a catalyst, right? It created a catalyst that drove the price down even further. We even got TrendCloud signals here and on this fourth wave, and then boom, down. Okay, here's some consolidation. I love how these lines tell you up, down, consolidation. It kind of shows you, okay, all this here. Let's just make that box gray. Consolidation, right? Breaks out of consolidation, we get the move up. See how this broke out of this gave us a buy signal, but it didn't break out of the consolidation. Do you see that, guys? Move up, doesn't break out of the consolidation, pulls back a little deeper, move up, buy signal, breakout of the consolidation, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull back, recalculate, 1, 2, 3, and the move up, right? Breaks out of that consolidation. There's your buy signal. Here's where you start accumulating Apple, right around 190, and then boom, to the upside. Apple's on sale again, right? We're not going to short Apple, right? We're going to wait this out. We're going to wait this out. Where's it going? Where is this sucker heading, right? Go out to the daily chart. And this is all beginner stuff, guys, that you're going to learn. Okay. It's great to learn TrendCloud on stocks first because you're kind of just using one chart at a time. There's no multiple time frames, right? We're switching through multiple time frames, but we're just looking for buy signals and entry points, right? So right here, you can see rally, base, gap up, rally, right? Right here. Right in here. Okay. So they're saying, wow, they're saying 160. They're saying 160 on Apple, Hitch? 160. Interesting, they would say 160. They're probably looking at a weekly chart. I see weekly chart 165, right? Right here. Looking at that, I see that. 160, 161. Okay, so so what they did was they said, all right, well, here's the level. Let's just go a little bit further down below that. And you've got that right here. Okay, so yeah, Apple does on the weekly chart, it does have room to go all the way down to here, right? So they probably looked at this chart, Hitch, and they said, you know what? It might tell them 161, right? That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. We are way more accurate than these guys. These guys are just saying, yeah, just tell them 161. So there you go. All right. Excellent. Great stuff. Great stuff. So let's get back over to copper. Get back to the 15-minute chart here. Okay. What do we do with copper? Can we make some money on copper? Well, it never pulled back, right? This is a very strong downtrend. This is a very strong downtrend here. Do you guys see, for everyone, the beginners here, downtrend, trend cloud is red, candles are red, low time frame. Downtrend, trend cloud is red, candles are red. Momentum is down as well because we want to look at momentum on that 1-hour chart. Momentum is also down on the highest time frame. Candles are red, trend cloud is red. Oh, look at this. What do we have here? We've got the 200 simple moving average. We always use the 200 and the 100 simple moving average on our highest time frame because everybody is looking at that. And that is the fifth element, right, of that is the fifth element of TrendCloud, support and resistance, right? That's the fifth element. And we only look at those moving averages on the highest time frame because it takes precedence, right? The higher the time frame, the more accurate those moving averages are going to be. Why is that? Because you just have more people looking at it. it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is mass psychology at work. Mass psychology at work here. So don't confuse yourself by putting the 100 and 200 on every single time frame. You don't have to. And we don't. And we're doing very well, as you can see, with our process. Okay? We're doing very well with our process here. So TrendCloud is color coordinating everything for us. So if you're a beginner, you can see, oh, downtrend red, downtrend red, downtrend red. We're looking for short moves. We're looking for shorting opportunities. And it's also, okay, it's also on the scanner, right? It's on our scanner. These are all the contracts that we're going to pay attention to. And we also have our ADR checkpoints. We're all set. So look at how on copper, look at this, guys. Look at how we've got this ADR checkpoint right at that 200 moving average on the high time frame. Do you see how looking at multiple time frames is so valuable? And it's the only way, if you're going to trade live, okay, you need to be looking at multiple time frames on your chart. There were a few people that well, there's always going to be, and I did the same thing. When I first started out, I did the same thing. Do not buy a trading system, whichever you buy, if you want TrendCloud or something, whatever you guys go with, okay? You don't just buy a trading system and they'll go jump into the live market with it, okay? Please don't do that. Please do not do that. Get your trading system, and what you want to do is you want to get into the simulator, and you really want to treat this as if it is a live account. Treat it as if it is a live account, okay? There's a saying by this is a great book, guys. This is the Book of Five Rings. This was written 2,000 years ago. This book was written 2,000 years ago by Miyamoto Musashi. He's considered a sword saint. He was a samurai in feudal Japan, and he invented a two-handed style of sword fighting. What does that have to do with trading, Chris? What he says in the book, this is a book that it's a very trendy, sort of underground, trendy Japanese business. If you're a Japanese businessman and you're in business school, this is a very trendy book to read in Japan. So I thought that was really cool. So what Musashi says is the only way to kill a man in battle, and I meant he's a samurai warrior in feudal Japan, right? Duels were a common thing on the street, right? So what he says is the only way to learn how to kill a man in battle is to kill a man in battle. There is no simulator for it. There is no dojo for it. There is no practice for it. Think about that. So you've got to bring that into your life, and you've got to treat this simulator as real as possible. And there is no simulator for laying down real money, okay? The only way to make a profit in a live account is to make a profit in a live account. Okay, the only way to really simulate that, and the only way to lose it, the only way to lose and lose properly is in a live account. So you've really got to feel it, is what he's trying to say. Okay, and you've got to be able to function through fear. You've got to be able to function through the fear of battle. You've got to be able to function through the fear of risking real money. You got to be able to function through the fear or through the euphoria of winning money. Because what happens? This happens. You start winning in the live account, you start making money, and you say to yourself, oh man, if I just traded 5 contracts of copper Who cares if it's a $2,000 risk? That could be your whole account. You might only have $3,000 in your account. You're going to risk 2,000 so that you can make 10 grand in a day. It might work. You better have a system that lines everything up for you properly. Okay. And TrendCloud is a system that lines everything up for you across trend, momentum, cycles, support and resistance, and supply and demand across those multiple timeframes. Those are the 6 elements that are incorporated into TrendCloud. So can you make 10 grand in one day? Yeah, but I hope you don't risk your entire account trying to do it. That would be silly. Short-term, rapid growth, but you've got to be safe, right? Okay. We seem to be pulling back. Let's jump back to that 5-minute chart here. And look at this. Okay. We're going to expect some kind of pullback. I don't know. Krishnan, if you're in here, we were talking about this. When the candles turn ice blue on your TrendCloud system, it means that the trend is extended. Do you see how there's 5 waves in an average trend here? Here's one pull back. It recalculates. When you close above the trend cloud, it recalculates. Okay, so it made one deep pullback, recalculated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pullback 6. And now we're pushing down into that 7th wave. Candles turn ice blue. Okay. What does it mean when the trend becomes extended? It means it's got to pull back. It doesn't mean we're going to have a trend reversal. We could, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. It means that price kind of wants to do this. Price wants to break above that 50 simple, okay, that line in the sand here. It wants to break above here, recalculate, and then continue the move down or possibly go sideways. And then if it breaks through some structure, now you've got yourself an uptrend, okay? As soon as price breaks through the trend cloud and closes above it, you can say that the downtrend is terminated. What we need then is a break above that structure to say we have trend reversal. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, so on the 5-minute chart, we could be getting a deep pullback into this drop base drop here. Okay, right in here, and here's the full structure. If we pull back up into here with all that downward momentum, well, we have a good chance. Okay, of continuing that movement down. Opening range. And look what we've got there, right? So this may pull back, recalculate in this area, previous day's low. All right, it might pull back into that previous day's low. We shall see. On the higher time frame, we've got the 1 hour. Let's make that a darker red. The darker color is the 1 hour trend cloud. Okay, do you see how it works here, guys? Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. Impulse down, correction into the trend cloud. Sideways movement into the trend cloud, impulse down. Okay? These are the moving averages. These are the values that we have in here. Okay, the values that we're using in here, this is what we back tested and works best in the futures market. Okay, and that all you'll find all of that in the beginner course. Okay, so why don't we set an alert right here and take a look. We'll set an alert there and we'll say crossing up supply zone. That's going to send me a text and it's going to let me know, hey, Chris, we're making a move into that supply zone area. Let's make sure momentum looks right, and then we'll decide if we want to take that trade. But it is coming. It is moving back up into this area. You know, when it moves back up into this area, we can also start looking for those TrendCloud signals. Okay, so this would be an opportunity, and it looks like it wants to make this move now. Okay, these these signals here, these are momentum-based signals, right? So if we started getting in at 4 o'clock in the morning, I don't know if you're up. I'm not up at 4 a.m., but that's when we started getting these signals here. We got another signal, almost 6 a.m. Okay, here we go. There's the alert. Okay, there is the alert, and we're making a move. All right, look, it's worth the risk, right? There's your stop loss there, right there. Let's see if we can get into copper. We've got a lot of downward momentum here. It might work, it might not work, but at least we've got a 1% risk on there, and we are pulling back into a tremendous amount of downward momentum. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if we could get into this. Okay, so we're in copper now. Let's see if this thing works out. If it doesn't, guess what, guys? We've got a little scrape on the knee. Okay, so it's just a scrape on the knee. It's not chopping your leg off. It's not chopping your leg off. So we picked up on that. Let's take a look now. Let's take a look here. Remember, short-term rapid growth. We've pulled back into this level. Okay, we pulled back into this level. We've got a lot of downward momentum here. But by all means, look at where the 1 hour trend cloud is, right? It's up here. So we've got another minute and a half or so, minute and 30 seconds on this candle. Let's see if we could get, a downward movement here. Now, the dangerous part of this is that this does want to close above the 50 here. So if this doesn't close above the 50 simple and it starts moving down, we really have to be tight on that stop, because this is going to be super extended to the downside. Okay, super extended to the downside. If we look at this candle on the 1 hour chart here, do you see how this candle here, let's focus in on this. Do you see how this candle came all the way up to here, reversed, and then this candle did break its structure? That's a pretty powerful signal. Okay, this is saying that buyers came in and the sellers quickly beat them down. Okay, the buyers were quickly eaten up here. Sellers came in and did break through structure on this 1 hour candle. That's pretty significant. Okay, we're already up 100, and we already got our 1-to-1 here, right? And we only have one contract. So what we can do, do we want to flatten out here? because we only have one contract. Okay, so now we're past our 1-to-1. We haven't hit that 2-to-1 target yet, right? We haven't quite hit that 2-to-1 target yet. And this thing really does want to, close above that candle. So hopefully we'll get a move out of this to the downside, but it's going to be super extended, guys. It's going to be super extended. And what I would do is I would take that target. I would take that target right at the bottom of this structure here, because we only have one contract. Okay, so we're almost at where's our two to one is right there. There's your 2-to-1. Okay, there's your 2-to-1 target. And when TrendCloud is lined up like this, again, 7 out of 10 times it's going to hit that 2-to-1. We do have a rally-based rally here. Okay, and the trend is extended on this 5-minute chart. That's a safe play. Okay, that's a safe play, guys. Let's wait it out and see. So what we can do, we can bring this down. We hit our 1-to-1. We can get risk-free. Okay, we can get risk-free. If it reverses on us, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do about it. If this thing reverses on us, it's going to be really sensitive, because short-term rapid growth moves also mean that the timing of this is going to be short-lived, and we're extended. So any second, this thing can reverse and close above here, and then we would start looking for the next move. So hopefully we hit that 2-to-1 target there. We're at $200, and this trend is completely extended. And on a small account, this is what you want. This is what you want to do. We only have one contract. So we can't let this run, because there's only one contract. You can only scale out of a trade if you have more than one contract. If you just have one contract, you have to take that 2-to-1 target. So that it is what it is. It is what it is. So that is the story. That is the story there. And remember, we're trying to build up a small account. So we're looking to take these moves, and maybe you want to stick with $100 moves. Like if this thing goes above the 50 again, I want to take my $100 today. I don't want to make less than $100 today. Move it down. What do you care? Right? You're building a small account. What do you care? Get risk-free. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you've got $100. We're building a small account, and we're only using one contract, right? There we go. So it took us out. We made $100. Okay. The trend is extended, and this thing, look, we don't know what's going to happen. You've got to get risk-free, and you got to take your money while it's on the table. All right. So if this pulls back into here again, then we've got to see this close somewhere above the 50, right? We've got to see this thing close somewhere above the 50, because it's extended. And there's your yellow candle starting to form there. Okay, so that yellow candle is starting to form, which means a deeper pullback. And right here, so now we've got this right here. This is the higher time frame trend cloud, right? Pull back into the trend cloud, impulse down. We don't know when or if and when that's going to happen, right? All we know is that's what this thing likes to do. And when you're dealing with those lower time frames, you've got to you've got to take the money while it's on the table. It's only a 5-minute chart we're looking at. That's from experience. Okay, so if we got risk free as quickly as possible, and we added, now instead of $900, now we've got over $1,000. So this is the 5th day of trading, and we made $1,000 in 1 week. $1,000 in 1 week. Okay, the entire TrendCloud system is $1,500. So it's like you can use a system like this to make money consistently, and you're going to be a lot happier when you use a system that is systematic and that is objective. See, there's a very objective reason why we took a short target like that. We could have taken the $200, but we gave it a chance. We gave it a chance. This right here, and Krishnan, if you're in here, we always talk about this. Me and Krishnan, he's also a member. We always talk about, making sure to read. See, here we go. We're breaking above that structure. Might be heading towards the bigger, the higher time frame trend cloud. Okay, so if it does, what's the next move up here? Because look, we're still below -100. Right? Momentum is on our side. Momentum is on our side. We're cycling down. Look at how momentum on the higher time frame is changing. Okay, and it could be choosing the context of this move. Are we in some kind of demand zone here on the higher time frame? Yes, we are. Okay, take a look. So we're actually in a high time frame demand zone. That's why it's important to read multiple time frames, guys. That's why you need to look at multiple time frames. If you're trying to make money trading, which is short-term rapid growth, if you're trying to trade, you've got to look at multiple time frames. You can't just look at one chart, because if you look at just one chart, it gives you a totally different context, does it not? Okay, so I bet you're real glad that you took your $100 right now, right? Pulling back, this has to close. This has got to close so that we can recalculate. All right. This is high time frame trend cloud. What do we have in there? Let's take a look and see if we have anything inside of this area. We've got a rally base drop. Okay, so we can zone in on this right here, right? We can zone in on that. Very possible this wants to go here. We can even draw a trend line, can't we? So we're getting a trend line break, right? Here's the channel, right? Here's the entire channel here. I would draw something like that. That looks pretty good. Look at that. Classical charting pattern. hits that high time frame. This is the 4-hour demand zone. Breaks out. Trend line break, right? Maybe it finds support and then moves to here for the move down. And maybe that looks something like this. Back into here. And then it's going to do something again. Okay, so that is a possible move. But how did we know that we could make some quick money on this trade? Well, we were looking at the TrendCloud signals. We were looking at the demand zone on that 5-minute chart in a downtrend. But we saw that we had those extended candles. So here we have the 5-minute chart becomes extended and hits a high time frame demand zone. Very powerful reversal signal. Very powerful reversal signal. But we can't go long here because of all this downward movement. See, you have to think this stuff through and not just, look at one chart and make a decision and hope for the best. We don't do that. You start doing that, and that's how you lose the money. Okay? We don't like to lose money. We like to make the money. So when your simulator starts looking like this, that's when we take you into the live account. Get used to trading for short-term rapid growth and build up your account. When you can honestly say to yourself, in the past 5 days, did I make over $1,000? Yes or no? That is what you honestly have to say to yourself. If the answer is no, well, then you stay in the simulator. If the answer is yes, then start looking to open up. And I would just choose a broker from inside of TradingView, being that you're used to it. If you just want to trade futures, there's plenty of brokers. You open up the account and you keep it the same way. Remember, the only way to kill a man in battle, the only way to learn how to kill a man in battle is to kill a man in battle. Musashi, samurai warrior, okay? So the only way to, here we go. Okay, what's happening here? What's going on here? We have just, okay, let's get back to this copper trade. Let's open up this 5-minute chart here. Pulled back into this area. See how the candle closed? See how the candle closed above the trend cloud and has recalculated. Okay, we've got plenty of momentum to the downside here. And now it's making its move. It's making its move down. Okay. Now it's making its move down. Is it going to find support and then go up? Or is it going to break through? We don't know. We don't know. But trading is all about fast, rapid profits, right? Short-term, rapid growth and capitalizing on it. We don't know what this is going to do. This is now pulled back into a zone. This zone is no longer fresh. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay? We don't know what's going to happen. But we did make our money. Short-term rapid growth. How did we know to get into copper? Well, it was on our scanner. Okay, so instead of clicking through each one of these things, okay, and I'm also teaching at the same time, guys. Okay, so it's you'd be able to get through this a lot faster. And remember, keep your zone scanner on 15, the time frame, 15 and 1 hour. That's going to give you these short-term signals that could turn into, long-term trades. But because we were on copper, which is very expensive, we can only afford one contract. If you have a bigger account, if you have maybe a $50,000 or $60,000 account, then you can trade more contracts. But we're going to assume a $20,000 account, and we want to keep it at that, just below $200, right? So there you go. So yellow candles, right? Those are your transition candles, and we have recalculated, and we're making another move down. Okay, so unfortunately, this pulled back, took us out for $100, and now maybe it's gonna go down to $1,000. I don't know. It depends on your risk tolerance and what you want to do. Do you want to get back in? What we could do here now is we can wait for a TrendCloud signal and then take that TrendCloud signal. All right. But again, short-term rapid growth, copper's very expensive. Did we want to lose $150, or did we want to take $100 right away? Right. So if we had two contracts, we could take off $100, right? And then still have one contract and let that one run, scaling out of the position. But if you just have one contract, you got to be real tight with that stop. $100 here. Did here. That is exactly what we did here. So this is now the past 5 days. So in 5 days, we made $1,034.50 in 5 days. If you can say that you've honestly done that in the simulator, great. Start moving, start looking for a broker and open up the live account. Okay, but you gotta be able to hit those benchmarks on a weekly basis. And in the digital trading journal, when you get TrendCloud, in the digital trading journal, you'll have a calendar, and I'll show you that real quick. Let me get over to that digital trading journal. Let's see, where did I put it? Here we go. If you get TrendCloud, it will come with a digital trading journal, and you can see here are our TrendCloud signals. This is January 2023. I put a couple of examples on here, and these are the back test. This is the back tested data over 1 month and 2 weeks. Okay, so there's your calendar results. Here's all your data. You put all your data here, and you've got a calendar that shows you, and it gives you a whole bunch of other things. It gives you stats, right? Right here, 59% win rate across across 1 month and 2 weeks on that particular data. It tells you, let's clear that filter. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's actually 62% win rate over 1 month and 2 weeks, January and February, long and short, day trade, swing trade. It even calculates, or it even logs the time that you took the trade. Okay. Monday, like maybe you want to see all the trades that took place out of the 47 trades. Average win rate was 2%, or 2 to 1, right? And $488. Average loss, $235, and that is because we're using the 1% of the total current account value. So as our profits were increasing right here, we started with $20,000 account. As you win, your risk goes up. Here's a little bit of a drawdown. So this was the risk. So we ended up in total at the end of the 1 month and 2 weeks, the risk was $291. You compound the risk, and that's how you make money. So here's $20,000. By the end of the month, we had $29,000. So we made a little over 9 grand, almost 10 grand. So we made almost $10,000 by the end of the month, 1 month and 2 weeks. Okay, we made close to $10,000. Right, not bad for a $1,500 system, is it? So if you like, guys, pick up TrendCloud. You won't be sorry. It is 10:15. I stream live Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., making money using TrendCloud and taking you from the simulator into your live trading account. Thanks, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow.